check. So if your photo is still one of the photo quality is okay, if you are getting us clearly, just give us a thumbs up so that we can know whether it's okay or not. Then we can do a little adjustment on the audio to update pertaining to the case. Okay, so kindly let us know the audio quality. Please let us know the quality of the audio. Just leave a comment and let us know the quality of the audio. And our team will also be following the comments being made by you as to the quality of the audio. So then we can continue this coverage. We live here on the ground of the Temple of Justice. CEO Bable says the audio is good. We have here our judicial correspondent, Aaron Talu, who has been following proceedings there in the court, civil, that's the criminal court A, here on the grounds of the Temple of Justice. Aaron, afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Damon, and thank you. Thanks for the job well done.
All right. So let us know, how did the defendants look today in court?
Local things like she have a faith that this case at the end of the day she will emerge as victorious.
You only speaking of the former Chief Justice. I'm asking in relation to all four.
TD were in court today and they appear very well. From all indication, I mean, they are satisfied with what going on so far from their defending.
So you said three were in court and one person was absent. Who was absent today?
Alice was absent today.
Alice Johnson.
Yes, Alice was absent today.
Okay. So let's go to the rebuttal witness that was put on the stand today in person of Dr. Benedict Cllr. What did he say in his rebuttal today of the autopsy report that was given by forensic pathologist Dr. Matthew Okoye? What did he say?
So Dr. Okoye appeared in court today to
Dr. Okoye or Dr. Cllr?
Cllr appeared in court today to actually report what was said by Dr. Matthew Okoye. And today in his rebuttal, the report from Dr. Okoye, according to him, it was not the actual making. He falsified the report. But when he was asked as to whether sound is exact, he said yes, sound is exact. Meaning if two scientists take a specimen of a particular animal or individual to go and do tests, have similarity and dissimilarity. So when you are asked this question, so if you are saying sound is exact sound, if two scientists do autopsy, it's possible that both of them come out with different results. He said yes. Then the question was asked, so how is it that you are saying the report from Dr. Matthew Okoye is different, is falsified? And he struggled to answer that question. He could not answer that question. That is the main question that was asked, and he could not answer.
So when you talk about falsification, when the good doctor, Dr. Benedict, Cllr says the result or the report presented by Dr. Okoye was falsified, what did he point to that shows that it was falsified? What aspect did he say of that report or the entire report was falsified? Then where is the original source?
So Dr. Matthias said the DNA that was found in Chalamusu, you have male DNA within it, right? But according to Dr. Okoye, Benedict Okoye,
So Dr. Cllr getting this mistaken. Dr. Cllr is the state pathologist, and Dr. Matthias Okoye is the private pathologist that was brought in. So let's go over it again. Who said there was the presence of male DNA?
And speaking of the foreign pathologist that was hired, he said there was a male DNA found within his report. His report showed that there's a male DNA found. But the state pathologist said there was no male DNA found in his report. So now the question is, how can the both of them are coming out of different, results from the same individual? So Dr. Okoye now is saying there was a forceful penetration that has male were involved in it. But the state pathologist is also saying no, there are no male or in the house you have so female. So then how can you have male DNA within that particular result of his? So the question now is, and he come up with a technology that he used. The technology is called VRST that have to do with forceful penetration, according to him. So he said the report showed that you have, that participated in a murder of Chalamus.
That is from the foreign pathologist.
Yes, and the state pathology is saying no, there are no male in the house. You have so female, so the female are the one that committed the act.
Okay. So, what other questions were presented during cross-examination to the state pathologist in person of Dr. Benedict Cllr?
Okay, so the main question that I earlier said was he asked the question whether sign is exact sign. He said yes, it's indeed. So the question is, so if you want to discredit the foreign pathology saying that he brought different result and your result is different, then how can, if you have two scientists conducting investigation on particular thing, the both of them will come out with different result? So that he struggled to answer, he could not answer it till the recess.
So, this is a recess. When are you resuming?
Uh, by 8, by 4:18, 4:18, 4:20.
That's what the judge said.
Yeah, 4:18, 4:20.
Did the jurors ask any questions during this cross-examination of the rebuttal witness?
No, they are not allowed to ask questions. They only sit and follow the case and listen to it. By the end of the day, they'll come up with their finding, but they're not allowed to ask any questions.
So they're not allowed to ask questions during the proceeding. So let's look at the physical appearances of beginning with the former Chief Justice. How does she look in spirit in terms of when you look at her physical expression, her body language, and all of these things, and the line of questioning is being done by her lawyers? Is there a nod of approval coming from the former Chief Justice, being a seasoned lawyer, with how the proceeding is being carried out by her attorneys, or there is some sort of disagreement if you look at her physical appearance and her features and her body language as well?
She contributing towards the questioning. Every time she read a question and sent it to her defense team, so she contributing. And even when it comes to the questioning aspect, when it comes to asking, on particular provision of the law, she made sure and write. She got a law book in there. She made sure and write and send it over to her defense team. But she not on the case, but she's sitting separately, but she participating and contributing towards her case.
Okay, so let's talk quickly about the other defendants as well.
So the other defendants, like I earlier said, they are in good spirit. Even though I'm not a health practitioner to say they are okay, but from their appearance, it shows that they are in good spirit, they are okay, and they are satisfied with what's going on so far.
What is the reason given for Alice Johnson being absent today in court?
Specific reason was not given. No, today the civil law court open, so lawyer just gave a civil law court open and then ran straight to the criminal court. So she was granted excuse by our defense team and was read to the judge in chamber very well and he accepted. But the definite reasons were not spelled out. Probably medical reason, personal reason, but you're not spelled out.
All right. So so you have 2 minutes now to return to the courtroom.
It's actually 4:18. It should be 4:18.
So you have about 10 minutes to return to the courtroom. Who are those present on both teams?
Okay, so for the defense team, you have Councillor Augustine Fire. Councillor Augustine Fire is the former minister at the Ministry of Justice for litigation. You have Councillor Jimmy Sabombo, you're also there, and you have one Dr. Jones, you're also part of it. And for the prosecution, you have the county attorney, Councillor Swahili Sese, he also part of it, followed by Councillor Bobby Livingstone, he also part of it.
Okay. All right. So both sides are well represented. Let's talk about notable presences in the courtroom as well, in terms of support for the former Chief Justice and those other three co-defendants that are currently facing the charges of murder, criminal conspiracy, and providing false statements or making false statements to law enforcement. Who are those in the courtroom? Notable presences.
To be clear with you, Diamond, the courtroom is actually empty. It's not like before, from the onset of this case, the courtroom used to be very packed. But for now, the courtroom is actually empty. It's empty. Only jurors so far, along with media practitioners, that are in the court. But to see family members, no.
So there are no family members visible. Is that what you're saying, or there's not a large presence of family members?
Few person in court, but I cannot deduce or tell exactly whether they are family members. But few person in court.
So from your own analysis, as compared to when this case began from the onset, the influx of people, the flurry of people, the way the courtroom used to be jam packed. It's been 5 months plus now. Is it based on the fact that people are getting weary of coming to this courtroom, or the fact that it's dawning to this end? What do you come up with as a reason to, in terms of why the place is now crowded, or there's just the spirit of, well, let what happen ever, let it happen?
This is Liberia. Normally people say in Liberia, when it comes to issues, people just discuss it 1 or 2 weeks and then let it go, right? So the appetite before that people has in the case, the appetite is going away bit by bit as the time progresses. So you will know that people will not get too much interest in it again to come, coming to court than it used to be. But people will come when the case is about to conclude. People will come, but once you still have witnesses coming, you still have cross-examination, you not expect for 2 million people to come until when.
So the judge is His Honor Judge Roosevelt Willie has said that this case will come to a conclusion before the new year. And looking at the number of days we have to the new year, the defense has rested. The prosecution say how many rebuttal witnesses they are going to provide, or that is still not determined.
So right after this break, one rebuttal witness will take the stand. Let me be quick to announce that tomorrow the Supreme Court of Liberia will be closing for the season break. Tomorrow is the 19th, and the Supreme Court close tomorrow. I can't tell you exactly when the lower court will close, but Supreme Court close tomorrow. So right after this break, the next rebuttal witness will take the stand. Followed by that will be they had 3 rebuttal witnesses. One finished today, and balance 2 more. So if they can done with the other one today, which means 1 more for tomorrow. So after that, then the judge, along with the jury, will go on and then come up with a fact finding and final verdict.
Who is this second rebuttal witness to take the stand?
I cannot call a name. But as soon as it starts, I will let you know exactly who is the second person.
So thank you.
So on the 20th, on the 12th of this month, Jefferson Kochi appeared. So Dr. Mataya Okoye was not in person in court. He appeared via Zoom. Yes, so you're not present. And then when Kochi appeared, Kochi gave us several telephone numbers, and he was subpoenaed along with the GSM company, right? So when it came, the telephone number that Kochi showed that the telephone number belongs to him. When they check it up, and the call log showed that the telephone number was not in existence, and the telephone number was not up. So Jefferson Kochi, 2 of the telephone number were registered in female name. Yeah.
Okay, Kalu, thank you for that extra information. We want you to make your way back into open court, so that you do not be late to provide us with information, as information is also being provided by other sources. Aaron Talu is also part of our network. He is our judicial correspondent, providing us with in-depth information from within the courtroom. So he did say that the former Chief Justice Cllr Gloria Scott is involved in her defense process, but not as a defense lawyer, but she is providing questions by way of paper for her lawyers to ask. And the first rebuttal witness, once they return, the second rebuttal witness will take the stand. The prosecution have said they've got 3 rebuttal witnesses to provide, and the second will take the witness stand today. As to when they will adjourn to a later date, tomorrow the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia closes for the Christmas break. We will find out how many minutes they are going to spend, or how many hours they are going to spend within the criminal court area on the Temple of Justice. So we will, keep being live here. We will provide you information as to what is unfolding. We will be speaking to lawyers from both angles to give you in-depth information. The state is being represented by the Monrovia County. That's the Monrovia County Attorney, Councillor Cisse. Also, we have the defense having, Councillor Jimmy Bombo on prosecution as well. Councillor Bobby Livingston is also present. So It's been a battle of legal minds. By the end of the day, the question that is to be answered through all of this, when all of this is done, is who killed Chalomusu. That is the question that is to be answered. Is it the four defendants that are there on trial within Criminal Court A, or is it someone else, as it's been, speculated or alleged that those four individuals were not the ones who killed the late Chalo Musu? So the case has now been adjourned today. They're on a recess. They will resume at 4:18 p.m. So once there is a resumption within what is unfolding there in the Criminal Court A, we will continue this live coverage. So we go for a short break, and once the trial resumes within Criminal Court A, we will resume and give you real-time information as to what is unfolding within Criminal Court A. My name is Diamond Slanger. I'm here with Jurassic Joe, as well as Aaron Talu, who is our judicial correspondent, with a network of other independent journalists and affiliates that are providing us information as well. So we'll resume once the trial proceeding gets underway there in Criminal Court A. Thank you for watching for now. Bye-bye.